Peace, blessings, much respect, much love. It's your boy, the Ghetto Guru, aka Shango, coming back with another spiritual message. Hope everything is well with y'all. Hope you're having a great day. If not, I hope the rest of your day get better. But I got a message, so I'm gonna get straight into it. So the title for the video is gonna be "The Ugliest Things in Life Will Show You How Beautiful You Are." The ugliest things in life will show you how beautiful you are. What am I talking about? I'm talking about situations, circumstances, trials, and tribulations that none of us want to deal with, none of us want to handle, none of us want to go through, because it's nothing pretty. It's very nasty, it's very disgusting, it's very hard to digest. And when you find people that's able to handle ugly things like that in life and handle it in a beautiful way, it shows a lot about who you are, and it shows a lot about your character and your resilience. So I don't know who this message is for, but I was picking that up the past few days because I've been got this message. I just finally got to it. I had, stuff to handle myself, my father back home. So I told y'all about that before. I got to, help and take care of him and stuff like that. So I'm adjusting with that. But that's really why I got the message too, from God, the universe, and the ancestors about that. Just going through that whole situation now and just really adjusting, and because it's different. Since he's back home, it's so much of a transitional change of how much I gotta really care and make sure, I'm staying on top of the things for him, whether it's appointments, meds, food, just different things. Even humbling myself enough where I had to clean them and stuff like that. Like, that's the first time I really had to be in a position like that. And that's something that's very ugly. It's not pretty. It's a very nasty feeling as far as having to take on so much. I'm not even talking about just cleaning them up, because I don't mind that. It's just taking on all of those things that the average person doesn't have to deal with. So when you're doing something like that, especially when you're caring for somebody, it shows a whole different side of the spectrum to life, because you see how much my father has to rely on me. If I don't do these things, he's not going to be able to do it. He has COPD, so he can't do much because, fortunately, he has to be hooked to an oxygen tank. So it's not much he can really do. So I have to step up and do these things for him, but it showed a side of me that I didn't know I was capable of doing, or even capable of possessing in myself. Thank you. That's the right phrase. But I didn't even know a side that I possessed in myself. And that's why I'm giving a message, because somebody out there needs to hear this. It's something you're going through in life, or you're about to go through, that's not going to be pretty. It's going to be very ugly. It's going to be very nasty. And it's going to be times where you want to quit, you want to give up. But you got to find peace within that for yourself, so you can understand why you're going through that. Because yes, I had times where I was upset these past few days, and I was, going through my own thinking in life, wondering like why I had to go through that with my moms and my father, and just, difficult things like that, dealing with that in life, right? So those things are going to make you go, those things are going to show you that and make you look at those things and ponder about it, like, why does my life have to be like that? Why do I have to be the one to go through these hard things? And instead of looking at it like that in a victim way, look at it that these things is happening for you. So, like I said, I could look at it like, oh, why I gotta go through this? I just went through my mom being sick, and then I lost her, and now I gotta go through my father, taking care of him. I could look at it like that, but instead, I look at it in a different way. So when I looked at it in a different way, I just found different ways of simplifying everything. So me, I try to always, it's the Capricorn in me, I can't help it. It's just, always try to have control over things, have things organized and in place, on schedule. Fortunately, life is not like that, as we know. We don't matter what schedule, what we try to organize, life is just not like that. So unfortunately, we gotta adjust, and we gotta make things happen in a simpler form, so we can have peace and not get stressed and anxious and stuff like that when we're doing things, where we have to take on responsibilities that we're not used to, or it's not easy to take on. So I had to learn how to simplify things, and then also understand, like, okay, this is showing me a different side of me of strength, and this is also showing a different side of being a healer, because I didn't know, like I said, I help people, I'm used to that in my life. People always came to me for advice, but taking care of my father and doing those things for him the past few days, it showed me a different side of healing I didn't know I had. And and it showed me a different confidence. It helped me gain, more confidence within myself, because I didn't know if I was going to be able to keep up with the meds, keep up with cleaning, the appointments and all that stuff. That's a lot to take on. It's different from doing those things when he's not home and stuff like that, but when he's back home and he's fully in my care, it's a whole different spectrum of unknown. And when things are unknown, that's where the fear comes. Because fear only comes when it's something you don't know. Like, I don't know what's going to happen if I go here today. I don't know what's going to happen if I do this. I don't know what's going to happen if I get in this relationship. They're going to cheat on me. Like, you just start coming up with all type of stuff because you have no fact of knowing for sure this going to work out. And that's okay. That's why I'm here to tell you this message. That's fine. That's what life is about. We're not going to know everything in life, and everything is not planned. No matter how much you try to schedule things, something is always going to go different. But that's why you need to adjust. That's why you need to pay attention and see what the lesson is. Everything is not against you. The challenge is not against you. It's for you. It's for you to see that, sit down, make a game plan, or see what's being presented to you by God, the universe, and ancestors, so you can adjust and so you can get on that path that they're trying to show you, something that you don't even know that you got it within yourself, or you don't even see that's ahead for you. So being in a situation showed me all those things. Showed me a different side of being a healer. Showed me a different side of being patient, because he's very used to being independent. So being in a situation like this, where he has to rely on somebody, especially his son, he tries to tell me in a few days, like, it's all right, don't worry about it, I got it. And I have to reassure him and tell him, because I can see that he gets upset with himself because he's in this situation. So I have to reassure him and let him know, I'm with you in this. I'm not mad. I'm not mad that you can't do certain things for yourself. I'm not mad, whatever the case is, because it's not your fault. It's not your fault that you're sick. It's not your fault. But I'm here to help you. I just need you to trust me that it's okay. So as more days went on, and I noticed that, and I'm telling him, and it wasn't easy, because he was going back and forth, and I'm going back and forth with him, and I'm telling him, if it's going to work, you have to trust me that. I'm sorry, I was getting distracted. I'm saying, if this is going to work with you being back home, you have to trust me that I have you. If I pick you up, you're not going to fall. If I'm telling you I'm going to do something, just trust me. So the more that days went past and he's seen that, he's starting to trust me. The more and more, I'm trying to get him to eat again, he's starting to trust it. So I'm seeing the small changes. There's small changes, but a small change is a big win. Because we always looking for the big sign for things, like, I need the big bang, I need the big answer, I need the big sign. And a lot of times you're not going to get a big sign. It's going to be something very simple, very small. A lot of times it's right in your face. The answer is in your face the whole time, but we always distracting ourselves because we thinking it's supposed to be written in the sky in a blimp, or on a poster that says, "Here, this is what you're supposed to do." And then you're not going to always get that in life. A lot of times you're going to get different clues that lead to the next small step, that leads to the next small step. And those small steps eventually going to get you to the big bang that you're looking for. But you got to notice the small steps. And you got to notice the small progress that you're making. And you got to give yourself props for doing that. Because we always being hard on ourselves for not accomplishing things in the biggest way that we think we should. And that's not okay. That's not good mental health. That's not good. That's not good spiritual hygiene. You know what I mean? Spiritual hygiene, I mean, like, your spirit. That's not good for your spirit. Being yourself up like that, always being hard on yourself, and always making yourself be in a fear mentality because you don't know what's ahead, or you don't know what the situation is going to bring. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that type of fear. That's okay, because you don't know. But that doesn't mean don't take that step to find out, because a lot of times there's nothing to fear on the other side of the unknown. That's why I'm bringing the example with the situation I'm in, because I know somebody out there that needs to hear this message, that knows what I'm talking about. So whatever you're going through, whoever this message is for, I'm telling you, the ugliest things that you're going through right now is going to show you how beautiful of a person you are. And that's exactly why God, the universe, and the universe put you in a situation like that. They're not going to put you in a situation that you can't handle. They're not going to give you more than you could take. These are the ugly things that show us how much we can take. Because when we see how much we can take, it builds up your armor. When you got a strong armor, it's very hard for spiritual entities or people that these spiritual entities attached to it that come to try to attack us or distract us on our path, or just bring hostility and just to throw us off mentally, physically, and emotionally and spiritually. You have to know that, and you have to learn that, because once your armor is up, those things can't get you. And then that's gonna build your confidence up. Once your confidence is up, your faith is crazy. Your faith should already be up, but it's gonna be on another level. And these are these ugly things, these things that are just so disgusting to handle, to watch, to such a nasty pill to swallow. These are the things that's gonna show you exactly. These are the things that's gonna show you exactly who you are, exactly how strong you are, and exactly the type of person that you're meant to be in this lifetime. Because a lot of times we don't reach that potential until something really crazy happens in our life. And a lot of people don't see that message. A lot of people don't get that lesson. A lot of people miss that sign. That's back to the small signs. A lot of times they think like, when their son's going bad in life, they think that God's against them. They think that the universe, the ancestors against them. They think it's karma. Hey, don't get me wrong, there's people out there that's doing wrong that, yeah. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people that been on the good side of karma, but it just seems that life has handed you a bad hand. And this message will tell you, like, don't always see it like that, because it's something great on that side. You just gotta hold on. You gotta really hold on for dear life. There's going to be times where you're gonna cry. If you gotta cry, you gotta cry. If you gotta go call somebody ask for help because you can't handle it yourself, ask for help. Do not try to be Superman or Superwoman all the time, because you're going to kill yourself. Mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Trust me, I done did it plenty of times, and I still gotta catch myself from doing it, because it's not good. And you're gonna burn yourself out, and when you burn yourself out, you ain't got no energy to do nothing. Now you're just gonna start thinking about life, and you're gonna start thinking about all the bad things and why life is against you. You don't need to go down that path. You need to learn how to slow yourself down, analyze situations, and appreciate the journey and how far you did came, and appreciate the small steps, and appreciate the small wins and small victories. And pat yourself on the back sometimes, because you don't always gotta wait for somebody to tell you you're doing a great job. Tell yourself you're doing a great job. If you know you're doing what you're supposed to do, and you know that God, the universe, the ancestors is beside you, and they pushing you in the right direction, and you're doing everything right, give yourself a pat on the back, because we need that more. Instead of always talking down to yourself, give yourself more credit, give yourself more recognition, give yourself more admiration, rather. Thank God. Because we always waiting on the other people. From now, a lot of times outside people not going to give you that admiration. They're not going to give you that props, even if they see you busting your behind, even if they see you doing great things. And we wait for that. You don't have to wait for that. God, the universe, ancestors is going to give you that automatically, but you got to give yourself that too and believe it. So just remember that. I know you might be going through ugly situations, disgusting situations, nasty situations that the average person don't want to do, they don't want to handle, they don't want to go through. But I guarantee you, if you just hold on, if you just see in this situation that everything is for you and it's not against you. So just remember that. So that's the message. Hope everything is well with y'all. Hope everything is going great. Keep doing your thing, stay oriented, stay focused, and like I always say, whether we run, whether we jog, whether we sprint or crawl, because life is that hard. Sometimes you can't run, you can't jog, you can't sprint. Only thing we could do sometimes is crawl to that destination. But like I always say, somehow, some way, we gotta make it to our destination someday. So peace, blessings, much respect, much love. I love y'all always. I appreciate y'all support. Keep doing your thing, stay focused, and to the next topic. Peace.